Hi, Gareth. Sorry for the problems of the original spreadsheet. Something got lost in the translation, and I'm not totally sure what it was. I'd like you to look, first of all, at these two. This is the original. It compares giving in a sort of year-to-date version of this year with giving for the whole year for the previous 2 years. And that's not apples to apples, and it gives a very unsatisfactory graph if people are just glancing at it for information on how we're doing. This is designed to make them think we're doing very poorly in whatever year. This is better because it's comparing apples to apples. What's happening is this is averaging just the months where there's no zeros, and it compares it to just those exact same months from previous years. So in, of course, the 12th month, these will be exactly the same, but they're not exactly the same in any other month. So if we come over here and we take these two offering totals and we just temporarily move them down and then come back, no other changes, just the offering totals. Notice that these are changing. This is averaging now the first 11 months, but these are taking the averages of the first 11 months of the previous years. So you're more or less comparing apples to apples. It's not quite true because, each week of the month there's one more week offering added in. So it's not perfect, but it is, in my mind, way more accurate than this. Notice that this is telling us that in an 11-month comparison, the first 11 months of the past 3 years, we're doing better average-wise this year than before. And of course, this information is in the spreadsheet itself, but the point of a graph, I guess, is that people don't have to look at the numbers. And you can see this is a more accurate picture here than this one. And so I liked that. Briefly, most of these attendance records are set up to where this is a result of a formula now. You wouldn't type numbers in here. It's a result of a formula. I've cleaned these up. I've made the formulas here match just about as exactly as I can the things you've done in past years, but it's possible that the formulas might have to be adjusted when you actually put in the numbers and look at the results. But if you put in some numbers for December 20th, they'll show up here just fine, and the totals should show up fine. One thing I'm not certain about is how you want the December version of this thing, December 27th, handled on this chart. So, there's lots of ways to handle it. I'm not sure what you wanted, so who cares? I played around with stuff that you might not at all be interested in, just for fun. I set up a weekly comparison of 2018 through 2020 because I just thought it was kind of interesting. So notice this would be 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 as we went through the weeks. Right now it's on 50. It's averaging the first 50 here, and it's averaging the first 50 here and giving us a comparison. It's also summing the first 50 here, and here, because, sums are important too. And I really liked that. But this is not an official part of the spreadsheet. I haven't intertwined it anywhere inside of here. Notice these are not just numbers, they're cell references. So if you change the numbers in those cells, this automatically changes. There's some interesting things that could be done with this. I may play with it just for fun, but the main thing I wanted you to know was I really think that this is a better thing for what you're trying to do. I don't get pushy too often, but really I would encourage you to think that through and try it and see how it adjusts itself. I mean, you don't even have to type in the 11 and the 10. It does it for you. There's no extra work here at all. It's streamlined. But the other thing I'd like you to do is before I make the 2021 version, which I'm glad to do, it'll be fun actually. Please think about things that you might want. Like I'm playing with this right here for my own benefit, but you might want it in there. Generally speaking, things that you would like to see this thing do can be done. I am considering putting a third column here. This is the old one. This is the new improved one that does it month by month. But I'm considering making the monthly average be kind of adjusted for each week, so that when we're on the 15th week, whichever week of whichever month that is here, we would be comparing it to those same values here. And that would be, in my mind, the most perfect comparison. This is not good enough in my mind. This is acceptable in my mind, and it's relatively simple. This other one's probably overkill, but if it appeals to you, or if this appeals to you, or if you have any other thoughts, I'd be glad to hear them and use them. And if you just want to leave the thing the heck alone and ignore everything I've said, that's okay too. But know that this is giving folks the wrong impression if they don't read the numbers. All right, enough droning on and on. Talk to you later. Bye.